If you're feeling lonely, take a walk outside. I've been struggling heavily with the feelingless of loneliness for, well, I'd say about 2 years since COVID started. I was, in quarantine, I was hanging out with my buddies a lot online, but I felt more and more that I was lacking social contact. And it became even worse when I moved to India, which, as you can see, I'm back currently. I just arrived this morning. I arrived, it's now 1 p.m. Indian time. I arrived 6 a.m. Indian time. So I arrived about 6 hours ago. It was a very long day, but anyways, that's not important. So this feeling of loneliness became worse and worse as I stayed in India because I had to make new friends again for like the fifth time, a new school for like a fifth time as well. Well, no, the third time. Primary school, school in South Africa, high school. So fourth new school. This was a fourth school I've ever been to. So I had to make new friends again, and I couldn't. This was the first time in my life. Normally I could make friends really easily, but this time something was missing. And I think a big reason for it was that feeling that I had during quarantine, that slowly but surely my social skills and my extroverted personality started fading away more and more. So I became quite lonely in India, and this only became worse when I did homeschooling. Now, I'm not speaking against homeschooling, and in fact, I'm going to homeschool my children, but I'm going to do it differently. Because in India, it's also very hard to go outside and do activities. So it was very hard to just go out and socialize with people as like a white guy in India. It's hard to explain, but sadly it is the case. And when I was back in Belgium, I think I broke a certain barrier that I'm gonna do in India as well now. It was taking a walk. Now, you're not just taking a walk, you're developing yourself on a walk. Let me just explain for you. There's steps to this. So for the first step, you go out and take a walk. Just a normal walk so that you're outside. For the second stage, or second step, you'll take a walk, but you'll make eye contact with people. Already, you might be thinking, oh no, that's weird, that's cringe, oh no, but that's gonna be so awkward when I like look at these people and I'm like holding eye contact with them. Already, your brain might be making excuses and you telling you that this is weird and stuff. How are you ever gonna make friends with people and meet your brothers in the outside world if you can't even hold eye contact with people you see? We're all the same species and we barely even talk to each other. It's really sad. I talked about this with my grandfather and he was talking about his childhood experiences, and I just had a huge smile on my face when he talked about how they used to come together with the entire neighborhood to watch one TV because they only had one TV in the entire neighborhood. So the entire neighborhood came together to like watch soccer or football. I say soccer, but in Belgium, in Flemish, Netherlands, Dutch, whatever, it's football. So it's football, but soccer, it's just ingrained in my mind to say soccer. So football or soccer. So they would come together and watch soccer all together on this one TV. And I just had a huge smile on my face thinking about how social people were back in the day. And we're lacking this. I said this in my Do You Have Any Friends video when I talked about the same thing, taking a walk. A lot of elderly people were walking and they were almost like surprised when they saw me or heard me talk to them and look at them. Because most people of my age just walk like with their head in the clouds or on their phone, like face down. So them seeing someone of my age walking confidently, head up, looking them straight in the eyes and saying like a word, or just a greeting or talking to them, actually starting a conversation, that was a huge surprise to some of these people. So when you're feeling awkward already now about the look in the eyes thing, get over yourself. You're not gonna. You might make the excuse of no, but I'm too awkward to do this. Yeah, you are. That's why you're doing it. You're doing this so that you can not be that awkward anymore. You have to suffer in order for your future self to bloom. A tree must lose all its leaves in winter in order to bloom in spring. Remember that quote. I came up with it, but I don't know if it already existed before me. Maybe it did, but from my knowledge, I came up with that one. So the credit's on me, okay? I take credit for that one. Put it in the great book of quotes. Anyways, so that's the second stage. Look, just make eye contact. For the third stage, you'll take a walk, make eye contact, and say something. Just say a little good morning, good afternoon. These are such simple steps. You might think that's ridiculous. Why would that level up my social skills? Because for you at this moment, that is almost awkward. Because you might think that everyone's just happy all the time, but you'll quickly see that when you're walking, some people just look mad and you'll be like, oh, better not say good morning to these people. Say good morning to them. Say good afternoon to them. That's the suffering you must go through. It has massive discomfort. Sometimes you'll get rejected. Sometimes people won't say anything back. Sometimes they'll look at you angry and almost with like a sense of disgust. But that's what you level up from. You level up from that awkwardness and feeling that, okay, I experienced the awkwardness now and it's not that bad. And from then on, you'll start to see that it's really not that bad to feel awkward. And the more you feel awkward, the less you'll feel awkward. I know it's, what the fuck does that even mean? So the more you feel awkward, the less you feel awkward over time. Because you won't fear this sense of rejection anymore. So that's the third stage. And then the fourth stage is stopping and actually having a conversation with someone. Just slow down from your walking, say a greeting, and then just hop into a conversation. The first ones can of course be like the typical, the weather's good today, isn't it? like those kind of conversations, like just the daily conversations. You don't know what to say, but that's fine. You don't have to immediately go in there. How do you view the value of life, sir? Like you don't have to, immediately go in this philosophical stuff. Of course not. But just sit down on a bench, talk with someone, talk with people. If you see something interesting happening and you see people doing something interesting, go up there and talk to them. I feel especially awkward when it's people of my age. Even when greeting them and like going up to them. I don't really have a problem with adults when I see adults doing something or walking. I can easily greet them and talk with them. But when I see people of my age, I seem to suddenly get that barrier back for like, oh, don't say anything. I fear people of my own age. And that's weird. So that's what we're doing this for, to not have that fear anymore, because the people of your age are the people that will be your brothers if you find the right people. And you will only find these people if you actually, pay attention, you're present, and you talk to them. So if you're feeling lonely, take a walk and do these stages. First stage, just walk. Second stage, look at them in the eyes, make eye contact. Third stage, a greeting. Fourth stage, talk with them. This is how you make friends and you won't feel lonely. And another good thing you can do with a little extra, ask their names and like write down a name list. Make like a name collection. I have this on my phone, like a notes of name collection. Because remembering someone's name is a rule in how to win friends and influence people. They will instantly feel more open towards you, and they'll instantly like you more if they see that you remember them and you remember their name, so that in your eyes they were so special that you remembered them. That makes a person feel good. This is not manipulation, because you're making each other feel good in this way, because we're all lonely. Of course not everyone is watching this, but that doesn't mean that everyone else who doesn't watch this isn't lonely. You're not alone in this, bro. I thought for a long time it was just me, but really a large part of it is the modern world, and we're just growing more and more apart because of things like social media, because of things like mobile devices. We're not present. We don't really value people that much anymore. It's sad, but it's true. So take a walk if you're feeling lonely. Being weak is nothing to be ashamed of. staying weak is.